How you going, Mervyn?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm all ready.
You all ready?
Yeah.
Well, looks like we're gonna rock and roll now. Can you see me on a webcam?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can. So you can put a face to everything now.
Yes, how you doing?
Okay. Bear with me just a sec. Okie dokies. I haven't used this system before, so bear with me. Okay. Now, obviously this is the FXTG education webinar. Welcome to the world of Forex with myself, Roczniak. And we're going to be talking about the basics today of how to use the MetaTrader. If you have any questions, feel free to just ask me any questions you have. But before I do that, I'm going to read the general advice disclaimer. This presentation is aimed to be educational in nature and should not be solely relied upon as a recommendation or invitation to enter into a particular transaction or to apply to a particular trading strategy. You should not engage in trading unless you understand the nature of relevant markets and the rules and application of those rules to the strategy or strategies you are trading, the products, and the full extent of your exposure to risk of financial loss. If you are in any doubt, you should seek professional advice. The advice contained in our site has been prepared without taking account the objective financial solutions or needs of any particular client, and because of that, the client should, before acting on the advice, consider the appropriateness of the advice, having regard to the client objectives, financial situation, and needs. And 3, you should note that FXTG clients are required to read all product disclosure statements, all 3 in total. Now, lesson 1, how to use and operate MT4 trading platform by Roczniak. I'm not sure whether you guys know, I am a highly regarded Forex trader, trading coach and Forex fund manager in Australia. I myself began about 15 years ago, and I traded all kinds of platforms in CFDs, stocks, warrants, binary options, and obviously Forex itself. My experience obviously helped me to utilize simple and effective strategies to make money for myself and clients. And the last one, my passion for trading the markets, has become my career, and it can also help you become a successful Forex trader, as long as you follow the rules, money management, and so forth. That's further lessons we'll be going through. What we do now, I'm going to go into the MetaTrader. Okay, this is sort of basic setup. What I'll do is start from scratch. Feel free to engage if you got any questions as I'm going along. Marvin, can you still hear me well? Basically, sometimes when you open up the MetaTrader from new, you'll see 4 charts. Might look something like so, but might be 4 charts only. What you got to do, basically, if you want to see one chart, you just highlight your cursor on top here, double click, and it'll just open up one single chart. If you want to flip through different charts, you'll see tabs on the bottom of the chart, and you just flip through them, whichever chart you want to see, and so forth. Now, there's a lot of toolbars up the top here. Sometimes when you open up the MetaTrader, they might not actually be there. The best way to do it, you go to View, go to Toolbars, and you make sure every one of those is ticked. So in the case of, let's just say, showing as an example, here I've got nothing. I just got a naked chart. There's no toolbars up the top. So you go to View, you go to Toolbars, and put Standard, and there's some tools already appearing here. And again, view, toolbars, then you do pick charts, so that will give you some things that you can add to the charts right here. Next one, toolbars, line studies, that actually draws where you can have your pointer, which you can measure distances. If you select from one way to another, it tells you how many bars and how many pips movement there is and the price. So you can measure everything that way if you want to know what the move was. Then you got vertical line if you want to mark some markings during different times or during different prices. You can basically just select each time and just put a marking of whatever you want to mark on your chart. Then also you got right here the trend line. This is used to draw your trends. As an example, on this chart, if you wanted to draw a trend on this chart, you select the bottom low and find another one matching, and there's your trend line showing your trend and which direction the price is actually going. And you can keep doing that till you achieve your goal. So in this example here, Euro USD, based on a 1 hour chart, it's showing the uptrend. Now, what else have we got here? We got the equisense channel. That's to draw channels. I don't really use this too much, but you can use this to draw channels. I've actually grabbed that in the wrong way. But for a sideways market, you can use it for sideways market, or you can actually use it. I'll try to do it properly now. Find channels of bouncing from top to bottom. I don't really use this. I find it very confusing, that indicator. You also have the Fibonacci retracement, which can be very successful in using. Basically, depending on the trend direction, if it appears that the price is actually rising, you find the bottom and you extend it to a top, and that will show you different ways of expansion under the Fibonacci tool, where you've got the 100% line, 61.8, 50, 38.2, 23.6, and a 0 line. Now, another toolbar is right here, which is the periodicity, and that's basically to flip the chart from 1 minute to 5 minutes to 15 minutes and so forth. So this is all the tools that you're basically going to require to trade. Now, I'll expand this chart. This button here is to zoom out, and that's to zoom in, depending how much data you want to see. This button here, you can change from a bar type to candlesticks or to a line graph, to a line chart, sorry. Whichever way you prefer to trade. I stick to candlesticks. It's easier to read. Open bar is obviously an up bar, and a white bar is a down bar. You can also, if you right-click your mouse anywhere on a chart and select properties, you can actually change colors. If you want to change the background, for now it's black. Maybe you want to change it to blue for that fact. So there you go. You can change anything you like with properties. You can change it back to black just for the sake of this exercise here. Bull candle and bear candle, you can change that as well. You can put a down candle as in red, and the other one leave it as lime, and then you can see down candles and up candles. Actually, you can change that whole thing. Where we go here, black, we change that to green, and now you can see the clear picture of green is up, red is down. Also, what I like to do with the chart is get rid of all those boxes.
Grid lines.
Sorry?
Grid lines.
Grid lock, that's right, grid lock. I don't like it, it's too confusing, too many boxes to see. I usually go to properties, go to the command tab here, get rid of the grid, but I do select show period separators. That way you get to see the start of a day and end of a day.
Oh, that's good.
It's a lot easier to see which part of a day you are. And this is good actually using the FXTG platform. It actually starts during the Aussie time around 8 o'clock and in the morning, and it finishes obviously at 8 o'clock in the morning. So that's the basics of
Is it Australian morning? That's her starting time.
Australian morning, exactly, Australian morning. That's what I said, the Aussie time, the Aussie time. Now, what else can we show here? New order, that's the new order button obviously. You can change volumes here, you can select what's already been pre-programmed. If you don't like any of those, like let's just say you wanted to do 0.1, then you highlight this and just type it in 0.10. You can change it to anything you like at any time. Another thing, a lot of people are asking me, how can I close half a trade? For this example, I use a O2 on this account, and if I was to make a buy, okay, I'll make this a little bit bigger so it can be seen easier. So we've got a trade here opened at 0.02. Now, if I'm thinking that, okay, it's moved into profit, I want to lock in some profit, and I want the rest to ride up, basically all you do, you put your cursor anywhere along that price, then you go modify order, change this into 0.01, and I'll close half of it. Okay, so half of it is already closed down, and the other half I can let's just say if it's going up, it will keep on going up, and then I'll close it whenever I like. Also another way of closing some of the trades, you can basically, if you got one click used on your chart, if you're using one click trade, you can just press the X and that will automatically close your whole trade.
Oh.
To engage one-click trading, you will have to go to options, tools, then options, then go to, where are we? There we go. Here under trade tab, you select one-click trading. It is a lot quicker to close down the trade. So if you guys are scalping, then you just hit bang at the X at the bottom, and it closes down the trades straight away instead of confirming it, and then you lose a few seconds, especially like news trading and scalping. You want to be in and out of the trade nice and quick. So that's the easiest way to do it. If you're using expert advisors, obviously you need to turn the expert advisors on so it's green, like so, and then you can put in, let's just say if you had a robot playing, you need to select it and put it on. Let's just say for this example here, I might put on this Gatley EA. It's actually not working. Sorry about that, but either way. Enable alerts, allow live trading, that's okay. And if it's loaded correctly, when you put on the EA, you should have a happy smile. If it's got a frown, in other words, if I was to turn this off, we'll either have a little X or a frown saying that it's not working, it's not engaged. So you need to press the Expert Advisors tab on so it's green. Okay, I'll remove this now. Expert advisors, remove, and it's gone. Now, this is probably more in advance. I won't go into strategy testing. Now you've also got a few right here. This is a shortcut to open up a new chart. So basically here, you select the chart that you want to open. Let's just say Aussie USD, and bang, it's already here. Close that down now. This one here, it's profiles. You got default, British pound, euro, market of use, Swiss franc. You can actually make your own. So if you set up X amount of charts, then what you do, like for example, what I have here. Oops, sorry about that. You can go save profile. You call it whatever you want to call it, and you press OK. And that way it's saved. So when you reboot the MetaTrader, and if it goes to its default settings, basically all you do is come down here and select the one that you've saved, and you always have the same chart, the same setup everywhere on each time you log in. If you want to remove a profile, well, you just remove whichever ones you want. Another one here, that's the market watch. If you hit this, you can see everything and every pair and stocks, oils, commodities, you name it, it's all here. Now I've come across a lot of clients calling me up that they log in and they only see 1 or 2 or 3 pairs, and everything else is either grey out or doesn't exist. Simple thing to do is right click anywhere on the market watch and do show all, and that'll bring up every single currency available on the MetaTrader that it's tradable. So to show you as an example,
Go through that again. How do we get them all up again?
Okay.
What?
You hit this one here with the 2 arrows. If it doesn't open up when you so right here, you put your cursor anywhere in the market watch. You right click it, so this box opens up, and then you do show all. If you select show all, they'll all appear. I'll show you example if I'll put just Forex. Sometimes when you open up the MetaTrader, you might only see this. You're very limited of all you can trade. Basically, those grey ones, you cannot make trades, but these ones you can. So what do? You put your cursor anywhere in that box, right-click, and when you right-click, this window opens, then you do show all, and everything is shown here. Every single currency and everything. Okay. Might make this bigger so you can see the whole window. Okay, so you got the bid and ask prices. Now, sometimes you want to see or just watch the tick chart. On the bottom here, you'll see symbols and a tick chart. If you press tick chart, depending what chart you have open, or depends which chart you got selected. Like in this case, I've got selected. Let's say I'm looking at my chart here, Euro USD. So I just press it once, so it's blue. Then I go to tick chart, and I can see this is a tick chart, which is live data as it's happening, the bid and ask price here, and you can watch this when you want to jump in. So this is live data coming through. When you think, let's just say the price is going up, and you want to do a quick scalp, you wait for it to hit the bottom, and when it starts moving up, you can jump into a trade and open up a new order. So you can squeeze out as many little, even minute pips as possible. So if you want to watch it that way. The only other way you can see this, obviously, when you hit new order and you see this. Basically, what you see in the order window is exactly what you see here. So that's the way of seeing this. So I'll close this, and I put back to symbols. Now another one is the navigator that actually opens up it's showing your MetaTrader, your accounts that you have here, your indicators. I'll close this to get a better view of this. Okay, so you got your indicators here, your expert advisors, any custom indicators that you have installed yourself. Some of them were probably pre-installed in a MetaTrader anyhow, as you can see here. So that's the custom indicators. And then you got scripts. Some people do like using other scripts. I don't really put on any other scripts. There's no need. The more plain it is, the more better and less confusing. Even my trading style, it is very pretty plain. It's usually, like they say, the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. So keep everything nice and easy to trade with. Now, what do we got here? Terminal. Terminal, obviously, this is showing you what trades you have on, your balances and everything else. You got the journal here, basically what you've been doing, every chart you open or every indicator you put on, or how's your EA performing. Experts, if you put on some different things, exactly the same thing. You can read through the messages here. It's not really important to trading at all. Code base, that's more for nitty-gritties of different people making the EAs and stuff. I don't really bother with any of this. Signals, if you're getting signals from someone, they'll be showing up here. Mailbox, obviously when you register, you get your emails from here initially when you open up an account. Alerts, not much there. News, basically just shows the headline of the news as it happens throughout the markets. Account history, as you can see, just shows you every trade. If you want to export this, basically put your cursor anywhere, right click, and you can do save as detailed report or save as report. Detailed report, the difference between detailed report and save as report, you'll show the curve of what's being saved. And you can also pick all history if you want to see all history. So you select all history, and that's what's going to show on a printout or on the next page. Or you can do last 3 months, last month, or custom period. So if you want to do for tax purposes, you obviously select your tax year or wherever, June to July next year, and you can print it out for your taxman. So that's that. Just to give you an example, I'll actually open this, do as a saved as a report. Statement. Yes. That's actually showing a basic of it on a few trades here. Actually, I'm not even sure why is it showing. Oh, that's because the last trade I've done. Okay, that's that. And if you do account history, actually I must have select all history. Okay, that was the problem. We didn't show the whole lot. Now, detailed report. That shows every trade you've taken right from the start. That's if you've done the whole history, and shows the curve as well. Okay, so that's sort of showing the trading and how the account is growing, profit, loss, the percentage of winners, percentage of losses, what's the profit factor, and so forth. So there you go. In this example here, I have 86 in shorting positions, 87%, and long position 77%, 55 trades. That's just a small account. So that's that. Trade, obviously showing what you got on at this point. So we can take that off. Take that one off as well. What else can we do here? Meta editor. Unless you know what you're doing, probably don't use it. This is to get the internals of the indicators to change things, to adjust things. It's more, I suppose, more geeky stuff where you really got to know the language of the MetaTrader, which is the MQL language. What else we got here? Periods. That's exactly the same. What's here? That button here. Templates. Okay. You've got some templates which are already set up as standard. If you set up your chart, for example, I'll just put something on now. Where are we? View Toolbars. New chart. Aussie. Let me just make this slightly bigger and go back. And the navigator on, indicators. Now let's just say I'll put on some indicators on here. There's one. What else can we put in here? Fractals. I don't know. Moving average, for that matter. Okay, and let's just say you like this setup. All you do, you right click anywhere on the chart, you go to select template, save template, whatever you want to call it, A, B, C, and save. Now, when you open up a new chart window for, let's just say, New Zealand USD for that matter, and instead of putting all those indicators again, you right click on that chart, go to template, ABC, and bingo, it's already set up for you. You don't have to reload all those indicators ever again. All done. If you modify something, you want to save it again, let's just say I don't like the fractures. Again, cursor anywhere on the chart, right click, indicators list. I don't like this indicator here. I delete it, close it, so now the indicator is gone, and I can again go to template, save template, and let's just call it again ABC. I save, and I'll ask you to replace it, and you press yes, and from now on this ABC template only has those two indicators. So nice and simple. Now, what else we have here that we can drop on a subject? This here, it's text. If you want to put some writing somewhere to remind yourself about something, basically you might say, you know, stop loss here or something or other. Press OK, and it's written there. To get rid of this, again, everything, right click on the chart, objects, because it's not an indicator, it's an object. You open it, you find the text, delete, and it's gone. Anytime you want to remove any indicator, put your cursor anywhere on the chart, right click it, indicator list, pick whichever indicator you don't like, and you can delete it. Also, what you can do, you can actually change the indicator's position. In other words, if this moving average here, oops, let me do it this way, indicator list, moving average, you can do edit. So let's just say you don't like the period 21, you want to change it to 89. You change it to 89. Maybe you don't like the color. Select red, press OK, close, and there you go. It changes everything. And again, you can save it as a template if you wish to. Sometimes if you're really good, you can actually put your cursor right on the indicator where you get this little box, white box, then you right click it, and you can do it shortcuts here. You go to properties, and again you can adjust whichever way you like. And change it back again. But always easiest to remember, cursor anywhere on a chart, right click, select the indicators, and do whatever you want to do. Put on, take off, adjust, whichever. Volumes, you can again right click. You want to put volume on the bottom of your chart, bingo, it's there. If you got one click engaged, one click trading, you select one click trading, and you have something like this. It's automatically got the size in here, and I can just go buy or sell with one click. It opens the trade straight away. So if I was in this case here, do I buy? It is executed straight away. It's not asking for confirmation, it's not asking for size, it is just done straight away. And to show on the bottom, whoops, not that one, it's this one, terminal, it's already here. If I wanted to sell it, bang, sold straight away, as you can see, one after another. There's no confirmation, no playing around or anything like that. I'll shut them down. Okay, or other way, obviously, new order, then you need to pick your volume, buy, sell, and confirm, and so forth. This is the quickest way by using the one-click trader. It is very fast, it's good for scalping, good for news trading, if you've got the skill to do news trade. What else can we look in here? Tools, you probably not really going to go in there, there's no need for it. Windows, obviously that's to open up a new window, whichever pair you want to trade. That's one way. Another way obviously is through the market watch. You can select any pair, right click on it, new order or new window or new tick chart, whatever you like. What else can we do in here? If you want to see your charts different way, you can cascade them so they appear this way, and then you can select whichever chart you want to look at. Tile, you see a whole bunch of charts. It's good if you trading, let's just say, an hourly chart, and you want to look for a good entry, so you can put one chart at, let's just say, 1 hour, another chart at 15 minutes, and another chart at 5 minutes or 1 minute to get the timing right on the entry. So that's good for multiple windows. You probably don't want to have too many because you don't see too much of the chart and it gets too much cluster in it. I'll stick to maybe having 4 charts max. And close that off. That I don't really need. Close this off. Close that off. And when you reshuffle them, it looks better picture like that, having 6 to a 4. I would probably stick to 4. You don't really need so many different currencies when you're trading. It's best to get to know maybe 1 or 2 currencies and stick to that. I myself, 90% of the time, I will only trade Euro USD. Sometimes I might trade Japanese yen USD or Aussie dollar USD or maybe gold. But I can tell you 90% of my trades will be Euro USD. I really get to know it like a back of my hand. You can obviously see how it's reacting, which way it's going to go. Tile vertically, not much difference, probably a little bit bigger. What else we got here? It could be useful in here. Refresh, templates, zoom in, zoom out. That's obviously this one's here. If you want to see a chart, you're going to just see one. See more of a chart, less of a chart. What else we got in here? It could be useful. Lines, charts. More in the indicators, there are going to be different lessons. We're going to stick on do maybe 1 or 2 or 3 indicators at a time and show you how to use them properly. This is more of just overlook of MetaTrader, what's available on a MetaTrader. Everything can be found in those tabs in here. If you can't right click it, you can't find it or anything like this, you will be definitely somewhere in one of those. There's so many different ways of accessing, whether it's a new chart or a new order, it's all in here. More advanced, I suppose, if you're looking at tools, in your options, you can show trade levels, show ask line, period, whatever you like. You can select quite a lot of things in here, and just each time you press OK, you can see what happens with your chart. You're going to play around with it. Objects, show properties after creation if you like. Trade, that's just standard. Expert advisors, if you ever use an expert advisor, you might actually have all of those clicked. Most of the time as standard, when you open up the MetaTrader, this one will be unticked and your EA will not work. So make sure that this one's always ticked, all 4 of those. Notifications, you can push notifications here to your mobile device or Android, as you can see here. We need to do all the settings in here. Then you got the versions in here. I won't go through this right now. Emails, basically, if you got an indicator that sets up when, let's just say, the price crosses a line or over a certain level, you can get actually emails sent straight to you as a warning. That one you don't really need that. Signals, unless you subscribe to some service, you won't need that. Community, that's something else. There's nothing really in here that is really too much valid here. Okay. Now, anyone has got any questions?
I'm good.
All good? That's good to hear. Look guys, like I said, this is just the basics. Might be a little bit boring. I might be rambling on, but you'd be surprised how many people, how many phone calls I get during the day just for, something very simple, how to make the chart bigger. How do I show other time frames? Because a lot of the times those toolbars are up the top, they disappear. Sometimes you might open up a MetaTrader and it will be just a chart. Everything else will be gone. I mean, can you imagine if you come to the MetaTrader and I'll show you example right now. Imagine you open up a MetaTrader and this is all you see. And it's like, oh, what do I do? Where is everything? How do I change everything? How do I draw stuff? So again, view, toolbars, bang, standard. Something's already happening. View, toolbars, charts, bang. View, toolbars, line studies, and view, toolbar, periodicity right here. And now you can basically do anything and everything you like. Once you've got all those buttons, then you can open up the market watch. You can open up the navigator with everything showing in there. What else can we do in here? Data window. Data window basically shows you where your cursor is, the date. As you can see, the time. So if you were really specific, you wanted to know, okay, when did this bar arrive here? I might just do a bit bigger so you can see it more clear. Oops, maybe one more. And you say to yourself, okay, when did this bar happen? You put your cursor on that bar, and as you can see, date 19/11/2014, time 2100, open was 95,578, high, low, volume and close. Each bar, every time you move it, this data window here, it shows you everything. You need to know. If you want to just say study for a few weeks, you want to find all the high and lows of different day and mark them where they are, then you might come up to a strategy of saying, okay, at this time the market falls down by X amount of pips, or the market goes up X amount of pips. So instead of sitting all day waiting for something to happen, you might want to come and choose to come into the market at a certain time of the day. Now that's a tip. Certain time of the day and just take the trade going in one direction. And then maybe get out and take the trade in a different direction. But that's another lesson altogether. So we can close this. Any questions?
Just show me again how to get the vertical lines for the beginning of the day and the end of the day.
Okay, no problem. You put your cursor anywhere on a chart.
Right.
you right click, so this pop-up comes up. Once this pop-up comes up, you go to properties and you hit that. Okay, and usually what opens up, this opens up first. So find the common tab here and you tick period separators. Usually that's off. Usually the show grid is on, which is full of those little squares. So you untick the show grid and you tick show period separators. And then you press OK and it appears. Before you change it that way, this is what it looks like. Usually when you open up a chart, this is what the chart looks like. And you don't know where's the start, you don't know where's the end. So cursor anywhere on the chart, right click it, go to properties. Yep. Untick show grid unless you want the grid there. And then you put show period separators.
Okay.
And then you press OK. Okay, you want to see the volumes on a chart, you can also select that from here instead of using indicators. So you go to properties and say show volumes. And you press OK and there's all the volume. Like this is showing volume, each bar's volume out of a 15-minute chart. Now also sometimes you might see this here. If they are unticked, then you can basically look back with the chart. You can scroll it back as far as you want to go. You so basically put your cursor anywhere, you left click on the cursor, hold it, so you see there's two arrows, and you just move, scroll, move your mouse slowly, and you can go back and forth like this. The only time you can do it, if those two buttons are not pushed in. Once you push them in, this one throws the chart back. Oh wow, what a nice trade. And this locks it in, so if you try moving it back, it jumps straight away back to the front. Now sometimes maybe you don't want to have this big gap in here. All you do, you might see a little triangle right here. It's called chart shift. Again, if you put your cursor on it where it says chart shift, you right click and then you move it forward, then you can have the beginning of a chart always right there. So you can see a little bit more of the behind the past data of the chart.
Okay.
Or if you want to see less, then you move it back. Man, that's a nice trade just gone down. Okay, so you can move that along wherever you want the chart to start. You can even put it right up to start. So you've got more data showing. I'm not sure that you can actually put it all the way to the front. No, that's about it. Okay, what else can we do here? Arrows you can use to draw. You can pick, let's just say if you want to mark something, arrow up, then you just put it wherever you want it to do and it just shows up. And you can just draw the arrows. Or later on you see me actually using arrows when I'll be showing you guys how to use different indicators. So I'll be using actually this to draw different arrows. Now each time I do something, whether I put on an indicator or arrow or whatever it might be, I'll get this pop-up. In most cases you won't get that pop-up all the time coming out. I've got it set so each time I use an indicator, pop-up will come up just in case I need to adjust it. As in, I myself don't like using standard settings on indicators. Well, my look at the indicators is standard. Everyone uses standard, and that's why everyone loses money. So I don't use anything standard. I play around with the period times, with adjusting everything, and I use my own settings for everything. To get rid of anything that you've drawn on a chart, again, if it's an object, then you look at, I've got some settings on this chart here, so I can't really delete all those lines, but there's the arrow, delete, there's another arrow, so delete. You just highlight whichever you want to delete. So you can close that. Okay, that's that's about all from here. Help. This will basically show you more technical analysis. This going to community. This itself here will tell you the version of the MetaTrader. Mine's actually a little bit older. It's a little bit easier for me to load some older indicators that still work, because the people who built MetaTrader, they obviously, a lot of brokers use this, and each time the company that makes the MetaTrader, they keep on adjusting things of how it works and where you put the indicators, and it's starting to get a little bit more confusing. Where do you put all your custom indicators? Where do you put all your EAs, your expert advisors? In this one here, you basically go to the background through the my programs, MetaTrader FXTG, expert advisors, indicators. Whether the new ones, you actually work everything through a file here. And there's another heading in here which says MLQ or something or other. I mean, I can give you the details depending what build number you have, and I can show you exactly where to put your indicators or EAs if you're confused, because I know the newer versions are actually a little bit more confusing. It actually took me a little while myself to figure out how to insert indicators and EAs. Not that I use any EAs. I don't trust robots, because obviously market changes is influenced by human nature, not by sort of rules. As humans, we always break the rules, so that's why EA will never work 100% ever. That's about all I can cover at this point. You guys got any questions?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. Anyone else there? Graham, Adi?
Can you hear me?
Sorry?
You can hear me? Sorry, I was trying to work out. Yeah, can you show the multiple charts, how to put them on again?
Multiple charts, okay. Go to Window, and you can either do tile horizontally, which they'll come up like this. Depending how many charts you have open, that's how many boxes it will show. If you had 10 charts, there will be 10 boxes. Or you can pick tile vertically, which makes them more higher and more set that way. So that's the difference. You either see them sort of more, you can see actually more if you do it this way than, how could I say this, actually it's more as in height if you do it vertically. If you do it horizontally, then you can see more data, but the chart is more squashed. One more thing that I like to add, if you got a chart and let's just say let me go the other way, and you're trying to see more of the bottom of a chart, all you do, you put your cursor along where the prices are, completely on the right there, you press the right click, you press the left click, you hold the mouse, and you can squish the chart. See how that's happening here? Or sometimes you might open up a chart and it will be squished like this. You're thinking, oh, it's just going sideways. Looks like it's going sideways. No, it's not. Again, put your cursor here, left click, hold it, and then move it up and have a look at this. It's not really going sideways, is it? So try to expand it using this and also using this plus and minus magnifying glass.
Yes.
I usually like to see the whole day from one to the other so I can see what's happening, maybe sometimes even more. That's probably too squashy to see. That would probably be the best way to look at the whole chart. You see a bit of a previous day and obviously what's happening right now. That's how to keep my chart. That's about all, guys, I can cover at this point. Next week we'll be running another one. If you guys can, you can email me. I'll just flip over the page in here. There's our details here for FXTG office. We have recently just moved. We used to be on St Kilda Road in Melbourne. Now we actually moved to level 10, 379 Collins Street, right in the city. If you're in Melbourne or wherever you are, or you happen to be in Melbourne, feel free to come upstairs to see us, see our office. We're expanding. We're getting to, probably in January, we're going to expand as far as the whole floor. So there's a lot of new big things happening with FXTG. And there's a link here. This link would take you to FXTG. You can put in some questions you might have. And I myself like to thank you for coming and watching this seminar, this webinar, sorry, not a seminar. This will be actually posted on YouTube tomorrow most likely, or Monday, so you can revisit it. Feel free to email me or ring the office and ask for me. And that's about it, guys. I'd like to thank you all for attending, and hopefully you have a good evening or morning wherever you are. And that's about it.
Thank you, Lucjan. Thanks, Luke.
No worries, guys.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.